You were the former CTO of Xerox, so you've seen certainly a lot of technologies develop over the years, and probably seen changes in the relationships between the government and Silicon Valley. But I'd like to start, give me some examples, realistic examples of where we'll see what you're working on in military applications.
In military applications, imagine putting a very thin film of electronics all over an aircraft wing, okay? You stick it to the outside of the aircraft wing, and it measures stresses in the wing. Now, you look at the plane when you're on the plane, the wing flaps, so it better be flexible.
So when might we see something
very,
like that?
very soon you will see something like that in the next year or two. There are some examples we saw in the announcement where the Air Force brought some wings with some of that stuff on it already.
They also talked about incorporating sensors into military uniforms, for example. You know, a company like Apple is part of this partnership. What does a company like Apple contribute to this?
You know, every company contributes different things. What it helps to understand is what their customers are wanting, and what they don't tell us necessarily everything about what they're going to do and what their next product is. But what they will do is to say, hey, this is not an Apple it's just an example, right?
Oh, but give me an Apple example.
I want something that's stretchable. I want stretchable electronics. You ever tried putting a bandage over your elbow? It better be stretchable. And there's an example of something where, you know, in medicine, you want to measure, you want to find out how you're healing.
Right.
And you want to basically see if this is grossly infected, and you want it continuously monitored. That's an example of something. So we're working on stretchable electronics, as well as, especially when it's connected to the human body.
So quickly, you know, this is a $170 million partnership. What are your deliverables in 30 seconds?
Our deliverables is to create a roadmap of technology and find out where all the gaps are that's preventing things being manufactured. And we go out and put out a proposal, and we get all these companies working on those gaps in the technology. So eventually, 2 to 3 years from now, there'll be a much more complete ecosystem, and people will be manufacturing these things in much higher volume.